Hey, HCDA, and today it's time to show some love to some indie developers, and this time around we are playing Dwarf Eats Mountain. This game is coming out on the 18th of May this year, so I got the full version a little bit ahead of time, so thank you for the developer to that. And this is an incremental game, so without further ado, let's just dive in and have some fun. This might be a long video, so if you fall asleep halfway through, I won't blame you. Now anyway, let's see. We are going to destroy this mountain. We're gonna eat it mountain if I'm gonna believe the game's name, but I think we're going to do some actual mining. So let's see. Click on your Great Hole and build a miners guild and build 5 underground housings and hire 6 miners. So 5? Sorry, no, we need to build this. Then we are going to get 5 miners. Hold on, I'm doing it wrong already. So let's see. Oh, this is the housing. Okay, so 5 of those. So that gets us 10 miners. Okay. Or 10 dwarfs, I should say, and then we can turn 6 of them into miners. I'm just gonna stick with the tutorial for the moment. Okay, so now you'll need to build the Great Maw, your stash, where ores are deposited, and 3 runners to collect the ores from the miners. Okay, so let's see. Let's go back here. We are going to go to the Great Maw. This looks like a giant shark. And then we are gonna go and build 3 runners. Okay, so you guys, what are you going to do? Oh, look. Once they're done smoking, they are going to pick up, I guess, this ore that these miners are drilling from this wall by throwing their axes at it, or their mining picks, I suppose. Okay, using the Great Maw Divine's powers, you can also actively help your dwarves by clicking and holding over the mountain. Oh yeah, like this. To mine it. Oh, look at that giant piece of gold that just dropped out of there. Or over the gold on the ground to help knock it towards the stash. Ooh, okay. I mean, I don't really want to do this, but... oh, I can do multiple pieces at once. So this is going to significantly increase the speed at which they can pick it up. Okay. Additionally, if any runner gets stunned by the falling rocks... Okay, we're going to have falling rocks, I guess. You can help him, help waking him up by slapping him. Okay. Now go forth, eat mountains, extract gold, upgrade your dwarves, collect artifacts, prestige. Oh, if it gets too hard. And until you reach and devour the glorious Worldspire mountain. So roars the Great Maw. And try not to find out what happened to the previous dwarves when they have dug too deep. I'm getting Lord of the Rings vibes here. Oh, that was a falling stone, I guess. Okay, well this is the game. I have a feeling this is going to go... pretty insane pretty quickly, but yeah, let's see. So what can we do? We have this building over here, so we can buy additional housing that costs 78 gold. We don't have that much. I am assuming that this return gold is what we're getting that from. So let's follow this dude for a second. So how much gold do I get from a single piece? 7. Okay. So I have a fair amount of gold. So let's see if we can speed this up a little bit. We can get more miners. We actually have 1 more. Not sure why it told me to make 10 and then... Okay, anyway, it doesn't matter. Ooh, miners are really expensive though. We can also upgrade our miners, get additional damage and throwing velocity, which makes them miss the mountain less. Yeah, some of these pickaxes are definitely not hitting the mountain. Okay, that sounds like a good thing to get, but let's check out everything first. We can increase their damage, or we can increase the speed with which they're throwing. So I guess we kind of want all of this, but let's check out the other things first. Heave ho, to death we go, but first we'll have our riches. I kind of like the flavor text here. Okay. Runners get plus 10% speed, plus 1 capacity. Oh, that sounds like a really nice thing to get. This is just effectively doubling the speed, so I'm picking that up straight away. Runners get a 4% chance to dodge falling rocks and monsters. Okay. Dodge increased by 0.15% per luck, and capped to a maximum of 69%. Nice. And sniff. Oh, I love the smell of minerals in the morning. Whenever a runner picks up a non-gem ore, there is a chance that he gets lucky and finds a random... okay. Chance increased by 0.6. Okay, okay. So with luck, I can kind of get the random upgrades, I suppose. Ooh, what's happening here, by the way? We have a goblin den, which I can attack, apparently. A crude goblin dwelling filled with stolen treasures. Okay, but the goblins are throwing stuff at my miners by the looks of it. There's also a dark castle. Oh, ow, ow, ouch. Ooh, okay, so now I can slap you and wake you up. That's the plan, right? I mean, The slapping doesn't seem to do that much, but that might just be me. Anyway, and we have a Dark Castle, tier 1, okay. Dark Unholy Power resonates from this profane keep. Okay, well I can click them, but also whenever one of these things hit it... Yeah, so this is... Oh, 8 damage. These dwarfs are a lot better at actually hitting that stuff than I am. This seems to be kind of random, so they're missing more than they're hitting, but... Okay, so... we have 900 gold. Let's start getting some upgrades. So, additional damage, sure. Oh, you can actually do this several times, so that makes sense. Additional damage, additional chucking. I mean, I kind of like the upgrade chance as well. Let's pick this up as well. Let's see what is this. Whenever a runner picks up a gem, he gets so ecstatic that he gets a stacking buff of speed for a couple of seconds. That doesn't sound that good. I mean, increasing the carrying capacity makes a lot more sense to me if we need it. We might as well get the dodge chance and the additional speed. Let's get an additional runner as well. But for the moment, it feels like we have plenty of runners, so we don't have to worry about that too much. I do want more of those, or at least... Yeah, let's start picking up some of these upgrades. Ooh, I don't have enough for this yet. Okay, so... Ooh! Hello! That is a lot of valuable stuff. So we have a ruby here, large pure gold, a core hard. I don't know what this is, but if I kind of put it to the front, there's a deep pearl here as well. Ooh, we can't actually move this very easily. Oh, it also seems to matter where you hit it. Okay, that was the... Ooh, hello! Okay, so we definitely want to make sure we kill those pink diamonds, sun gold, emerald, a large pure gold. Okay. Oh, okay, that was a lot of gold right there. Okay. So I'm out of dwarfs. Oh, there's more things we can get here. So, increases clicking damage dealt when clicking by 3. Okay. Dents take only 25% damage. Ooh. Oh, what just happened? Oh, we killed that first mountain, I think. And we got goodies out of that? Not sure what happened. Oh, we choose an artifact. Hold on. This popped up. I didn't even realize that. So, we have a tier 1 artifact we can pick over here. And this is a tier 4? I have a feeling we're gonna go with this one, but let's check them out. Smelting stubborn dwarfs is how gods molded dwarfs. Passive. All non-gem ores are worth 15% more gold. So this is a flat 15% bonus to everything I'm getting from ore. Okay. The legendary gremlin and his squad was caught in this. Collect plus 2 to 4 dwarfs and 1 PP. Plus 1 PP. What's PP? I don't know. I mean, getting 4 dwarfs actually doesn't sound that bad. Passive runners get minus 25% resting time. Okay, so every time they deliver something, they take that smoke that we just saw. No, I think it's obvious that we want to go for the tier 4 one, right? Yeah, so this is... They kind of do nothing for a little while, so we can reduce that by 25%, which honestly might not be that bad. But, I don't know, a plus 15% upgrade sounds pretty good to me. We can prestige every 1 to 3rd mountain. Randomly yields 1 PP. Oh, prestige point is, I guess, what that means. Okay, there we go. We got a little artifact. I don't think... So we have 1 prestige point already? Is this what this means? Accrued 1. Spendable 0. Hold to prestige. Okay, we can get all kinds of various upgrades, but I assume it's a little bit early to already focus on this. We have a lot of stuff here. Oh, I actually was wondering just a couple of moments ago, like, we just need more damage. We have plenty of runners, and now there's a whole stack of gold waiting for me already. So what is this? Artifact Gallery. Behold your treasury hoard. Ooh, so there's a lot of tier 1, 2, and 3, and we already got one of the tier 4 ones. That's like the 2nd highest level. Okay. I guess I got lucky. YouTuber's luck, guys. It exists. Okay. There is so much things going on here, but I really like it. It's all pretty straightforward. There's plenty of options to pick from the beginning. You'll have infinite gold, so this is why I'm a little bit careful on how I'm spending it. We got a couple of upgrades here. Lust for gems, so... Oh, you can see how many levels of it you already have. Okay. So we kind of need more house. Okay, the housing is really cheap, so we can get more dwarves doing that. But we do need to spend money to turn them into other things as well. But getting a couple more runners, I think, makes a lot of sense considering how much gold we have waiting for us here. So let's get like 2 more housing. And then we have 4 dwarves. So 1, 2... Ooh, what's this? This just popped up. Oh, great devourer of stone, take my blood and gold, so you may spare me from your falling children, and help me stumble upon glittering stars. Ooh, 12 luck, and plus 10% resting time? Luck helps with dodge, gem sniffing, cocaine trips, gorilla eating, beer aura, and more. I don't know what half of those things mean, but 12 luck sounds like a lot. I don't know. Oh, these dwarves are getting really expensive. No, I think it's worth getting a couple more dwarves. I also think it's worth like picking out the more expensive stuff just to make sure they pick that up first. Okay, I shouldn't do that. Okay, so this will bring me in some more money. I could actively help destroying the Dark Castle. Ooh, okay. So put the sapphire to the front. Ow. Okay, put that all of that to the front. Small. This is all small, 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 small. Okay. So yeah, we are definitely definitely getting in more money. That's what I wanted to say. But you can also see this dwarf is moving faster than this one. So the heavier the stuff they're carrying, the slower they move. We just destroyed the second mountain. Does that mean I'm gonna get another one of those? What is it? Like legendary artifact thingies? No? That's a big... Okay, as you might have noticed, I'm really enjoying this game. My poor dwarfs were getting destroyed. Where are we going next? Guys, I was checking this out. Oh man, there's so much going on already. Demolition check. Implode the mountain till it's level with the grounds. But where's the grounds? Here or down there in that cavern? Produces demo dwarfs who love throwing dynamite. Okay, I don't even care. We're getting that. Ooh, I can choose where I place this? I'm confused. Does it matter where I place it? Let's just place it in between. Okay. Demo dwarf. Okay, we actually have a dwarf left, so we can get one for free. Boom, boom, baby. Dynamite throwing can be dangerously unpredictable and may entirely miss the mountain, and hopefully your runners too. Ooh, okay, so I can hit myself with this. However, their explosions are powerful, dealing high damage and throwing ore far, but they're also destabilizing, producing far more falling rocks and greatly erasing the calamity bar. Oh, okay, let's check out... Let's get one of those. Hold on, I'll get back to that in a second. So we have the calamity bar. Builds up when damaging the mountain. When full, it resets and unleashes a devastating, sometimes beneficial calamity upon your dwarves. Okay, so I guess that's... Whenever that filled up, we get a whole bunch of those falling rocks. Although it might also be beneficial, so that's probably a lower chance. Is this the goblins falling out? Ow, okay. My dwarves are getting quite hurt by this. I wish I could just, like, pick it up, but you kind of have to nudge it. Okay. Let's get back to this, because we also had some upgrades here. Wind Bomb. This is free. This has a cooldown. Manually aimed upon use. Launches an orb full of raging wind that explodes and blows away ore. Some dynamite upgrades are also... Oh, okay. So let's get that. It was a hotkey, was B, right? Oh! I just clicked it. Well, that was not where I wanted to aim that, for sure. But it had a cooldown. It'll come back in a second. Okay, hold on. Efficient delivering protocol. Okay, so this is the dynamite. Okay. I should probably get the dynamite throwing people more to the front whenever I place it up on my next prestige. But anyway. Dynamite sticks are strapped all over the dwarf and periodically refilled by its squire. So this is a cooldown reduction, okay. Lightweight casing. With the help of Cloud Dwarf tech, this dynamite shell weighs less and is thus thrown further up on the mountain. It also has increased exploding. Okay. This makes TNT less likely to miss, so much to their joy puts runners somewhat less at risk. Okay. However, some radical dwarves have been claiming TNT could be useful for blowing distant ore piles closer to the stash. But who knows? These bastards would solve everything with explosives if they could. So I don't blame them. Okay, so this increases the throwing velocity and implosion chance. And we have the tightly packed package. More damage. Less throwing facility. Okay, and so we have heavier ammo basically, but it's going to fly less far and have a higher cooldown, although the ratio seems to be pretty good. Okay, let's just get a little bit more efficiency. Let's get a light with a couple of levels of this. And then maybe one of that. I'm spending my money really quickly, by the way. Oh, do I have to, like, rebuy this? That's flying a lot less far than I thought it would. I really wish this would just come back out of itself, but maybe that's a little bit too optimistic on my side. Oh man, we have so many more buildings. So swap buildings. Ooh, look. Through geomantic rune magic, clever modular construction and mid-relocation technique, this ritual swaps the positions of two buildings or places building into an empty slot. Useful for aiming weapons, redecorating, and making dwarves taller. Hotkey G. Oh, okay, hold on. So, if I just press... Let's see, is this off cooldown? Yes. If I just press B, and then click... Yes, okay, so I don't have to go into the menu to get this back every single time. So that's nice. However, like I said, I think this thing needs to be at a different position. We just destroyed another mountain, so we're getting somewhere. We already have 3 prestige points, by the way, so that's really nice. Oh, choose an artifact. Like I said, too many things going on. Belt of Giant Strength. A magical belt granting the strength of a giant. Passive runners get +2 carrying capacity. That sounds really nice. This is a tier 4 one though. An ancient book passed down through the ages from one dwarven king to the next. It's a record of all the terrible wrongs and treacherous deeds ever perpetrated against the dwarves. Passive, all dwarves get a very minor damage bonus for each time a runner was stunned, up to a maximum of 100%. Additionally, they get a very tiny damage increase for each time a runner was stunned with no limit. Okay, so these are the very tiny increases, but this will add up over time, and I mean, we've already seen quite a few dwarves getting hit, so that might actually be really good. This is tier 3 one. Allegedly one of the great mossed hunks. Passive, whenever the mountain would reclaim ore... There's a 6% chance that the Grey Maw reclaims it instead. I actually don't know what this does. When does a mountain reclaim ore? I think it's worth getting this as early as possible, because I'm not sure if it retroactively counts whenever someone was hurt. I can't even move this. I mean, I can move it, just not a lot. Okay, so let's go back to figuring out what stuff we have. So we have the demolition shack. Oh wait, no, hold on. I actually forgot. Where was that upgrade that we just saw? Oh man. Swap buildings. That was what I was looking for. I want you... Yeah, we got it. Great. I want you to go... there? Oh, the dwarves actually stack on top of each other. So this makes... Because they're higher, they're less likely to hit the ground and more likely to hit the mountain. I wonder how much to the front I can put it. I mean, this thing should, I think, obviously be on the front, because we want this to be as close as possible. And we probably can't stack dwarves on top of this, because, you know, this is the entry point. Let's try anyway. Okay, so I can't actually select that. Okay, I think this is, for now, this is fine. Okay, let's go back to checking out what buildings we have. So we also have the Flameworks. Produces flamers who spoof flame at the mountain. We actually have 1400 gold already. I don't know, just stack them on here, I guess. Not sure if there's a limit to how much dwarves I can stack on here, but we are gonna need some housing, so let's get a couple of those. Oh, the demo dwarves are actually free. That's interesting. Anyway, the flamers are free as well for now. Fire and Fury. Flamers in their soot-stained beards are clad in heat-resistant plating. The bronze dragon-designed flamethrowers spew forth fire, bolts of molten death, which leave behind a field of burning fire, dealing periodic damage every 2 seconds for 8 to 13 seconds. Their fire fields combine when near, okay, and stack in intensity, doing damage per stack. The fireballs deal 12 damage plus the fire damage. Okay. And there's a whole bunch of stats here. Rapid ignition. Okay, this makes them fire faster. Let's get the first upgrade. Increased field of fire. Let's get a couple of levels of that. Insatiable fire. Oh, this actually takes mithril. Some currency I don't have. That's another mountain done already. Do we see any of that fire? Are you doing anything? Oh, yeah, you are. Okay, it's not very easy to see, but you can kind of see the stack, the dots effect, the damage over time effect happening over there. Oh, we're throwing skulls now. Okay, I have so much gold here on the floor, by the way. Still, I'm gonna check out this a little bit more. Yeah, how many of those do I have now? Just one? Sure, let's get a few more. So now I have 3 of them. Some of them are floating in the air. Ah, okay. The calamity is quite intensive, but actually, our dwarves getting hit is a good thing because they get that stacking buff from our thing over here. Current bonus is a very tiny damage increase, so this is not even 1%. So this is gonna take a while to add up. I'm actually not sure if these bonuses will carry over once I prestige. I hope they do. That would be really nice. But I guess we'll find out one way or another soon enough. Okay, so let's get back to this. Ravenous Gaze. This was the damage increase upgrade. Okay, so we have the Ballistics Workshop as well. The science of penetrating your great mother from far. Oh, that sounds really bad. Okay, creates harpoon ballistas, which directly targets dens. Okay, that could be useful. Creates anti-rock turrets which shoot falling rocks. Okay, that's also really useful, although that kind of goes against, you know, getting my damage upgrade, but I suppose, you know, not getting hit is better than getting hit. We could get that, sure. I guess we just stuck it on top of the thing again. I mean, the higher the better, right? Harpoon Ballista. Okay, this takes 2 dwarfs. Split your lungs with blood and thunder. White whale, holy grill. Penetrate the rock asunder. White whale, holy grill. Golden grill. Golden hill. I can't read. Okay, anyway. Ballista's purpose is to try and target dens and veins. Prior towards lower health ones. Okay, so that's actually kind of optimized. That's kind of nice. So let's get some more housing. You get that gem thing inside there. Yes. Okay, so let's get some housing, and then let's get at least 1 ballista. Ooh, this is really expensive, by the way. A looped crank, so we can increase the cooldown, we can increase their damage, we can increase their accuracy, okay. And we can activate the flaming bolt. A 30% chance for harpoons to be lit by fire. This causes extra damage and has an additional chance to leave behind a field of fire. Okay, so that kind of nicely combines with the demolition team, I suppose. Now, all of this is really nice. But as you can see, I have a massive stack of gold waiting for me here. And I therefore want to see... Let's see, which one was it? Oh, it was actually the Great Maw itself, right? Yeah. So I want to see if we can speed this up a little bit. I think just increasing the carrying capacity is probably the most straightforward way of doing this. And then maybe increasing the speed as well. And then I am actually going to go and help you guys a little bit by putting the more expensive stuff to the front. That should speed things up, right? I mean, there's a whole bunch of valuable stuff coming in now. Oh man, there was so much gold coming in. So yeah, that is definitely worth it. Oath gold. Yeah, so I think the focus for the moment should be getting more stuff. This is going to get that increased buff. I'm not sure. I mean, 10% sounds really low. I'm not sure this is worth it though. The dodge is kind of nice, but yeah, just increasing the carrying capacity is gonna be a straight upgrade, right? Increased speed, yes. I think the next step is going to be getting some additional dwarfs. Housing is relatively expensive, to be honest. Ooh, what's the Great Forge? Produces rune spits who do not attack but forge runes from mithril. Unlock mithril upgrades. And cast powerful rituals. Comes with 1 free mithril upon purchase. Oh, is this mithril actually? Yeah, we have some of that in here. Let's put it to the front. Let's put more to the front. It's interesting. It actually matters where you click the upgrade. We might need some of those. Oh, actually, what's the hotkey? Was it B? Yeah, so if I do it like this, will this just... I'm not sure if this is efficient, but it is fun. It is... at least it's efficient. It reduces the walking distance by an insane amount. So it's definitely going to increase the delivery time. It also makes it a little easier to weed out the more expensive stuff, as you can see. To some extent. Can I just keep pressing the button? Yeah, that's a little bit less annoying. You don't have to spam click. And it's another mountain and another artifact. Now, I still feel like... So I'm not getting this every single mountain. I'm just getting to get it every so often, apparently. Rain of Gems! Oh, wow. Look at my gold. That's an insane amount of money I just got from the Rain of Gems. Okay, so we got some tier 2 and 3 ones. The Lava Lord Totem. So hot it ignites in flammable surface it touches passive. Flamers and Flame Lords have a 20% cooldown reduction. Okay. This is going to give the Oxlin Lager now also shields runners for 15 to 30 seconds. I actually don't know what this is. Gemstone Idol. Seems like distant thunder when treasure changes hands. Passive. Whenever you collect an artifact, there's a 70% chance to trigger a Rain of Gems Calamity. I mean, we've only gotten, what, 3 artifacts so far? I mean, the Rain of Gems, as we just saw, is really, really awesome. But these two kind of seem underwhelming. So let's just go for the one that's kind of like... What's this? Gemstorm Idol. I feel like a real dwarf now sitting on my pile of gold. Okay. Like I said, let's focus on getting some more dwarves up and running. So we want some more housing. Gemstorm Idol. It hums like distant... Oh, actually, that was the artifact. Okay. Never mind, I didn't check the name. Let's get some housing. So that's 10 more dwarves. Might have been a little bit too much, but, you know. We just unlocked a few new things. So this is the luck. Okay, so this is the luck and resting time reduction. So that makes sense to get, I think. So this is... Okay, so we have a chance to get a random gem whenever they pick up a normal piece of gold. So it might be worth picking that up as well. But what's the Insatiable Guzzler? The Great Maw now sucks in ore near its mouth because it knows how sloppy the runners are depositing their loads. Okay. There's a lot of innuendo in here that I'm not going to get into. But Tier 2 increases the force and the radius. Tier 3 makes the slurping so powerful it pulls an even ores layer on the ground. Okay. And tiers 4 to 6 drastically increase the radius and force. So let's just get level 1, level 2, and then we need like special stuff to get this going further. Okay. We cleared another level. I actually don't know when I should be prestiging. It doesn't feel like we are slowing down too much now. Our rock geyser. Well, on the bright side, this is going to give me a lot of triggers for my dwarves getting hurt, I guess. Actually, it's not that bad. There's not too many hits. We're gonna get another calamity pretty soon as well, though. Oh, ouch. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. We have so many ores here. Can we kind of repeat the same thing that I did before? Boom. Yeah, I should probably be doing that pretty much on cooldown, because it feels like that is definitely going to speed things up by a lot. It's kind of a weird, interesting, let's put it like that, balancing there. So we can increase the carrying capacity a lot further, actually. Maybe the lust for gems thing isn't too bad, and especially considering we just got another upgrade as a result from that. Runners get a 2% speed for 7 to 7 seconds after each gem they deliver. They must still first rest. Ooh, that's a large rock. Oh boy. Okay, that is going to... Okay, that's a thing. I guess that was the calamity event, though, so we shouldn't see that happening too often. This is pretty cheap, though. I mean, at this point, I'm getting quite a bit of money, so let's increase the dodging a little bit as well. Let's increase their speed a bit. All of that is going to increase the delivery speed, and I don't think we have to worry about running out too quickly. Let's fire another one of those explosions in there. It does feel like they clear out everything that gets blown here pretty quickly. Oh, this thing has a lot of HP at this point, though. That is a thing as well. Did we get the Great Forge yet? No, I don't think so, right? So let's... I mean, that's not doing anything. That's not firing anything. The mithril went straight in. We have 3 of that now. There's probably some mithril in here, maybe? Actually, don't know. I wish I could see the cooldown somewhere. I mean, just pressing the button tells me whether or not it's available. Because if it doesn't do anything, I guess it's not available. There we go. Okay. Look at the stacks of stuff they are now carrying, though. That is definitely a lot more efficient than it was before. Okay, so the Great Forge. Forge, not Force. I have so many dwarves available, actually. So let's get at least 1 runesmith. So what does the runesmith do? It doesn't attack the mountain. But with mithril, they can become crucial for empowering runes, unlocking upgrades, and casting rituals. Do I need more than 1? He prepares the anvil, forges a magic rune into a rune. I mean, maybe it becomes more clear once we figure this out. So, mithril forging. Wisps primordial secrets to its molder to forge. To forge it is to dance with an ancient starlight itself. Okay. Tier 1 unlocks mithril pickaxes and picarang for miners. Mithril chainmail for runners. Serrated mithril spikes for harpoon ballistas. We just cleared another level, so let's keep it going. I don't know what all of this means, though. We could also just get straight upgrades, apparently. So, Rune of Might, extra damage... Oh, per runesmith. So this is... the amount of runesmiths determines how big your buffs are, I guess. So this is additional damage for flamers. This is additional speed for runners. And this is a flat crit damage per runesmith. But let's pick this one up first, because this seems to be all kinds of different things. Now, do I get that here? Yeah, okay, so mithril pickaxes are now available here. That is a flat increase in critical damage speed. Magnetic gloves. Okay, hold on. Runners get a 20%... Ooh. Gathering speed. Okay, so let's get a few levels of that, because now we have 30% additional gathering speed. That's gonna be a significant improvement. And then the mithril chainmail just unlocked here. So this is they recover faster from stuns, they get dodge, speed, and carrying capacity. I'm not sure what a 3% carrying capacity actually means. I mean, you can't pick up like 0.3 of something, right? 0.03 of something. Sure, this is worth getting right now. It protects them from friendly fire, though. That's kind of interesting. What is this? A mountain soul. Okay, hold on. A mountain soul. Used for powerful magical rituals and magical upgrades. Every 4th mountain yields 1 soul. So we actually have 2 already. Oh man, so much things to pick from. So, wait. Where did I see the upgrade? There. Oh, this is 5 mithril though. Okay. Not sure how I want to spend the mithril here though. I am gonna pick up 2 more runners. Just to increase all of that. What else can we get? We have Sharp Thrower Goggles, Crit Chance. Oh, this is super cheap, so let's just pick up a couple of the cheap upgrades. Crit Chance. Firefields get a 15% additional duration. I mean, I have mithril to spend. I'm just not sure what to spend it on. I mean, the Crit Chance itself doesn't really feel like it's super useful. Maybe getting a Grand Laboratory might be a better way to spend it. All the upgrades I just did to my runners are definitely paying off, though. You can see we're definitely increasing the amount of gathering we're doing. We could also get the Artillery Hall. Great Duke Cannons who shoot massive earth-shattering cannonballs. That sounds cool. Alternatively, the Grand Laboratory produces scientists who do not attack but unlock upgrades and buff other dwarves. Produces laser cannons. Let's go with the Artillery Hall first, though. I guess we just stack that on top of everything. Luckily, we have some dwarves available, so let's pick up a Great Duke. Ooh, okay. A Rapid Cannonade. Additional cooldown reduction or damage. Well, let's just get a level of each. We're kind of out of gold. Let's see what you do. I just missed the first shot. These things fire very slow, though. Hello? Hello? Come on, you can do it. Okay, that's a lot of damage. No, 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 no. Ow. Okay. Oh, that was not the correct angle, obviously. I can hit my own dwarves with that, though. Oh, look, we get another artifact. Okay, level 10 already. Tier 1. A chisel's used to carve mountains into gods. Into gods or gods? Gods. Okay. Clicking damage gets a 6% crit and 30% gem luck. Well, I'm barely doing anything with that, so... It reaches not physical distances, but temporal ones. Sorcerer Spyglass. Ballistas and turrets get a plus 20. Okay. This is tier 2. Forge Hard Ember. An ember from the first forge, burning with a battle-hungry spark. Whenever you use the Forge Artifact Ritual, all dwarves gain a plus of 30% damage and a plus 10% mithril luck for... Okay. I don't know what this does, but neither of those seem particularly interesting, so I'll go with that. So the ritual, is that something we do here? It might be something we do in the lab, actually. So we just got that bonus, great. Ravenous Gaze, well, we can increase our flicking a little bit, just in case we want to do that. I mean, 7 damage is not too bad. Nice. Okay, this one is almost done. Let's help it out a little bit. There we go. More valuable stuff for me. I think we just uncovered one of the artifacts that was just stuck below all of our stuff over here. Anyway, we do have a mithril, so let's get to the laboratory as well. So I guess we can just place it, I don't know, on the back over here. Sure, let's pick up a scientist or 2. And then, oh, actually we need some more guys to produce laser cannons as well. So what does this one do? Increases the odds of various specified upgrades triggering. Okay. Some upgrades and units require a certain amount of scientists to be unlocked. Okay. And then each scientist reduces the gold cost of all upgrades, not dwarves, buildings, or rituals, by up to 1%, diminishing with more scientists, maximum of 30%. So currently we have a 2% reduction. Okay, so by investing in scientists, everything else becomes cheaper. Okay. And what does this do? So laser cannon takes a long time to charge up and then deals rapid damage every 0.5 seconds for 5 to 8 seconds. Okay. So I guess we are gonna get some more housing. And then let's get at least one. Oh, I was gonna get two, but I can apparently only get one. I wonder, can this thing shoot through the other buildings? Let's wait for it for a moment to see if that actually works. Okay. Yep, that works just fine. We are still keeping up, by the way, with the gold, but we're not over farming it, so all of that seems to be working like intended. I can do this. Now, the interesting thing is, if I would put this building up higher, I can actually hit the mountain as well with my wind bomb. It feels like a fairly efficient thing to use to kind of put all the stuff to the front. There were, however, more things I could get here. So we can get an energy sustainer. Laser cannons fires up to 1 second longer per level. Okay, a couple of levels of that seems to be worth it. Cookie cutter. Extra damage, extra gem luck, and a calamity multiplier. Interesting. Broadaxe beam. Due to an overabundant stacking of weird lenses, the laser gets thicker. With 3 Cs, apparently. Allowing it to kiss a wider area. Okay. This makes it easier to hit dense and foundationally weaker spots. Laser beams get 20% wider and get 3% crit. This is really cheap to get. Yeah, that's definitely wider. Not sure it's going to be that much more effective based on how much I got just now, but, you know. Let's get a few more scientists. Oh, we just got a new upgrade as well. Cooling masters. Hire cooling engineers whose job is to keep the various hot coils and steam power thingamajigs from melting or blowing up. The laser cannon gets a cooldown reduction. Sure. So let's get some more housing. And then let's get a couple of cooling masters. Just 2 maybe, for now. I'm just gonna... Oh, okay, wait. I just got 2 more upgrades by getting more scientists. Superheater Gem Harvester. Laser cannons get 4% chance on damage to drop random bonus gems. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Chances increased by a little bit of percentage for each scientist. So let's just get at least 1 level of that. And then the Disco Shovel. Whenever you move the laboratory with building swap ritual, all laser cannons get temporarily empowered with 20 luck and 4% crit. Most importantly, it changes the color of each laser beam. So I need to actively move this thing around. I'm not sure that's something I'm super interested in, but I don't know. Let's just pick it up 1 level. And yeah, then the next levels increase this a little bit further, but that seems kind of a thing I'm not necessarily interested in. Oh, look, I'm actually gathering more stuff than what I'm getting. So that means I think it is time to start investing a little bit more in some of these upgrades. Oh, you can actually see who is doing the most damage. So even though I have only 2 dynamite guys, these guys are doing the majority of my damage. That's interesting. And the big cannon is also doing a shit ton of damage. Apologies for the language. That said, I didn't really invest that much in these guys, I guess. Well, actually, so let's get more housing. There's a fine balancing act going on here, by the way. So let's get 2 of these dwarves. Oh, now I do have to pay for them. We can make them more efficient. We can get them a crit chance. Well, we can't because we don't have the mithril for it. But, you know, getting the upgrades going a little bit here makes sense. I'm a power load. Dwarf engineers have mastered all the ways an explosion can explode. An explosion can explode, okay. And remember, with great power comes great responsibility, if not killing your fellow dwarves. But blast first, ask question later. So for extra force and a 7% increase radius also affects wind bomb. I mean, this is almost free. Total demolition. If great mountains formed over millions of years cannot stand our wrath, then how can your puny dwellings? Demo dwarves deal 20% damage against dens. Additional damage, I should say. And loot from dens destroyed by explosions gain +5 force, hopefully flying right into your stash. I mean, that sounds like a pretty cool thing to get. So yeah, let's get that. Oh, there's a lot of falling rocks. Interesting. It feels like we're slowing down a little bit at this point. Mostly because I'm not doing enough damage. Or not doing enough is, I don't think that's the correct wording. We're gathering more than we're mining. That's probably the better way to put that. I can just help out with clicking this, but I'm barely doing any damage. But we had upgrades for that, right? Yeah, although these upgrades aren't particularly awesome. So there was something that increased my clicking power as well, right? I kind of forgot which one it was. Something in here? I don't know. I mean, but clicking to do damage to these things isn't particularly interesting. Now I can do this. Okay, that was really efficient. Okay. The laser actively shooting at the one dark castle we have is also kind of nice. Molten shower. Ooh, hello. Well, that's a lot of damage. Let's check back in our thing here. So we had, which one was it? It's the tier 4 one, right? We are up to a 4% damage increase from 344 stuns. Yeah, so it will be interesting to see if this actually carries over. Money, 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 money. Lots of money. So the nice thing is actually, whatever you're doing, whatever menu you have open, everything keeps going all the time. So that's actually super efficient. We have a damage per minute. Is that what this is? Or per minute is 61. So this will help us kind of track how we're doing. So 60 versus 2000. Yeah, the demo dwarfs, I just increased damage a lot. So this laser isn't actually doing all that much damage for the moment. So let's go through this for a second. So what would be the easiest thing to upgrade at this point? So the flames might be... We have searing wounds. Fire can now critically hit. Well, this is, again, almost free. So let's get a couple of levels of that. Dark flame. Deal additional damage to dense. Not super useful, maybe. Increase the radius, sure. Increase the cooldown, sure. Oh, I didn't get any of the ballistic upgrades. I mean, that explains probably why it's so low. So, yeah, let's increase the cooldown reduction by a bit. Do additional damage. Oh, these upgrades are actually pretty significant. Let's get precision. Let's get the anti-rock turret as well. That could be really useful, though we do need some more dwarves for that. Okay, we just need to wait on a moment for our gold to start stacking up a bit further. We have a lot of gold incoming there, assuming no one gets hit by all the falling rocks. There was an upgrade here somewhere. It was the massive nose, right? Yeah, this increases the chance of getting a random gem. I feel that this might be very much worth getting. What was the... or the luck chance, or maybe a combination of both. So let's get that massive nose upgraded a little bit further. We got another artifact. So the crane stands motionless amidst the pond. Alligator eyes observing it from beneath, waiting. Flat 10% dodge chance. That's pretty good, actually. What does this one do? You retroactively and passively get +1 dwarf for every 3 underground housings you bought. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get that one, but let's check out the other one. 12% speed bonus, but 20% resting time. You know why. Okay, so let's get the Great Mother figurine, and that gives us... nothing? Oh, we first actually need to get that thing in our... So that's this one. Let's see if we can kind of blow that to the front. Because the artifact doesn't get instantly added. That's everything except for the one I wanted to get. So we just need to wait a moment for our dwarfs to bring it over. Okay, there it is coming in. And that just got me 6 new unemployed dwarfs. So that's actually kind of huge. That's 3 dwellings worth of stuff, and I will get an additional one for every 3, so that's kind of nice. Let's see, so that saved me, I don't know, thousands of gold, literally, so interesting. Okay, so let's see, where are we gonna go next? Now the question is, when do we prestige? Because honestly, this is always a bit of a balance. Probably after we spend all of this money, though. That's a massive amount of stuff. I do have mithril. I wonder what this is. This looks kind of fancy. But let me check out the prestige. Now the nice thing is, whatever you're kind of looking around the menus, the game just keeps playing. So that's a nice feature. There's tiers. Oh, so we need to spend 12 prestige points. PPs. Oh, wow. Okay, then. I think there's a bit of playtime in this game. So let's see. This will get us 3 demo dwarfs. Every 3rd mountain you consume, you get +1 dwarf. Every 4... Oh, you can only buy that once. Okay. Every 4 underground housings you build, you get 2 dwarfs. Additional miners. So this just to speed things up by giving you more things to do. Okay, every time you consume a mountain, you have a 11 or 22% chance to get +1 mithril. And this chance is increased by... Ah, okay. Clicking, sure. Increased slapping. When there are over 350 uncollected ores and the mountain starts reclaiming them. Oh, that's the reclaim. So whenever you have too much stuff on the floor, the mountain gets them back. Runners gain +3, 4, 5 temporary carrying capacity. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Start the game with dwarves. Start the game with gold for each point spent. Not sure how good that is, to be honest. Start the game with +500 gold for each prestige tier unlocked. So we definitely... Well, getting that one level seems worth it. Especially compared to this one. Start the game with mithril. Okay, start the game with 1 random tier 1 artifact spawned. Okay, so this kind of tells me that we're not going to get the artifacts once we do the prestige. And start the game with 1 or 2 or 3 runners. Okay, well, lots of optimizing to do there. Now, we just destroyed another mountain. I think it's worth hanging around here for just a second longer, though. Let's see. Let's give them the mithril pickaxes. Is this mithril? Yeah, so there's one more mithril in here as well. Let's clickety-click. Let's explode them a little bit. Boom. Yeah, I should probably be doing that on cooldown as well. And my demo dwarfs are super strong. So let's see if we can make them a little bit stronger. Let's give them some more force. Let's give them more damage. Yeah, let's just buy a bunch more of them. I mean, why not? It's interesting. Sometimes it costs dwarves, sometimes it doesn't. So we just made them a whole bunch more effective. And I'm kind of out of gold. Are there cheap upgrades we can get here? Huh. Well, that seems to be particularly good. Oh, Death Mark. After casting this ritual and selecting a den, all harpoon blasters will focus that den until it is destroyed. The mark then dies. It drops loot as if the destroyer had +42 luck and extra force. Okay, I did not know we were getting that, but yeah, let's mark that one. We definitely want to do that, I think. It's the harpoons. I'm not sure how much extra stuff we were getting because of that, but that feels like something that's worth getting. Now again, I wish I could see the cooldown somewhere. Am I missing that? Is that somewhere on my screen that I'm just not seeing? Ooh, we have stats. We've been playing for about an hour, so an hour out for one reset seems actually a pretty good thing, but I definitely want to get this first. Where did I just get that? So that was over here. It has a pretty long cooldown though. Okay, so let's get some of the cheaper upgrades. Dwarf and Precision makes sense as well. Let's make sure we get that bolt going. Anti-rock turret. I actually never got that. Oh, there goes the mountain. Okay. Is this a separate thing, or is this what the ballista's doing? Shoots laser bolts at falling rocks with accuracy. As dubious as a coin flip. Oh wait, that's this thing over here. Oh, that's kind of cool. We have anti-air defense now. Okay. Can we get more of those? I mean, they are not that well, they are relatively expensive, I guess. That's 3. So if I now go back here and... I mean, that's a few more. So now we have a whole bunch of them. Kind of defending. I mean, that's kind of cool. I really like this game, guys. I hope you're enjoying this video as well. If you do, make sure to like and subscribe and do all the YouTuber things. If you're still here after an hour, I assume you liked the video. Okay, cooldown reduction, very cheap to get. Accuracy, very cheap to get. So let's get both of those. What is this? Turret burst fire. Increases the number of laser bolts fired per shot. It costs mithril though. Let's just get it anyway. 1 level can't hurt. Falling pinatas. In general, whenever any falling rock is destroyed by anything, there's a tiny chance of containing gold or gems. But now, whenever a turret destroys a falling rock, that chance is increased by 1%. Furthermore, there's half a chance the rock explodes in a shower of gems. The chance of this pinata is increased by 0.1% per scientist. Okay. Let's get a couple of levels. So now we have 1.5% chance every rock we destroy to result in gems, and then an even smaller chance to result in a shower of gems. I mean, incremental games are always like this, kind of like, you know, with everything getting more insane as we go, but I'm really enjoying this. So let's mark this for death. I should probably start using my cooldowns more often. Let's wait for the laser to be done, and then if I swap this... Which one is the laser? That's not this one, right? Is this gonna fire instantly again? No. I thought that it was going to fire instantly. I might have misunderstood how that worked, the disco shovel. Whenever you move a grand laboratory with a building swap ritual, all lasers get temporarily empowered with a plus 20% luck. Okay. Changes the color of each laser beam. So it changed color now. I can get more laser cannons though. Interesting. Okay. What's this? Oh, this is my click damage. What's happening? Oh, there's an earthquake. I mean, okay then. Ooh, another artifact. So we can get a plus 10% dodge, we can get a plus 12% speed, but also a reduced resting time, or we can just get the reduced resting time to begin with. Let's just get the decreased resting time. Oh man, things are going crazy right now. So what was this one? Okay, let's move everything up a little bit. There we go. So much stuff just landed. What was the... I think it was you, right? The death mark. Oh, it's still on cooldown. Okay. Let's loop up our cranks a little bit. Let's increase our accuracy. Do we have any new buildings yet? No, we don't. Do I know what I need in order to unlock those? I don't know. Probably maybe more dwarfs. Speaking of dwarfs, maybe get another scientist. Maybe that unlocks something new. No. Not really, apparently. Kind of want to have more laser cannons. Okay, we got our artifact. Let's see. Click to close. Wind bomb. Oh, still on cooldown. The cooldowns are actually pretty long. Okay, so let's mark that. There is so much stuff here, actually. I need more runners, or I need to increase their carrying capacity. That's never a bad thing. Magnetic gloves. Yeah, having them gather it up faster seems like something that could be useful. I kind of want this as well, but I'm not sure how useful that is going to be. Okay, so, hold on. I want all the mithril and stuff. Can I use the other cooldown yet? No, I cannot. Okay. I should probably upgrade this a little bit, and in order to do that, I need some more underground housing. That's another 2 of them. I mean, these dudes are not... Oh, offering to the Great Mother. Miners get +6 luck. Okay. Let's get a few levels of that. Gemcraft Academy. All dwarfs get 0.7 gem luck for each miner. We definitely want to get that. So where were the stats? Let me check. Oh, we have a mountain kill log, so how long it took me to kill every mountain, I guess. We are currently at a damage of 3k. Ore per minute of 100, so that's quite a bit more than we had before. Rocks destroyed by falling, rocks destroyed by turrets, rocks destroyed by laser. And that's another level done. Okay. Let's do some more of this. Boom. Well, I really feel like a dwarf. What's this? Is it raining frogs? Okay then. My runners are not enjoying the frogs that much. The frogs apparently also are very hard to destroy. I mean, you can see my guns shooting at stuff. But it takes definitely more than one shot, so it's not like an easy instant kill. So let's see, we just marked this for death. Now my ballista should be shooting at that. I'm kind of curious to see. I mean, my ballista kind of sucks at shooting at it, I guess. Huh. Speaking of ballistas, we can get more ballistas. I never got more. So let's get some more housing. Actually, it's kind of nice that you can click on the ballistas rather than on the building itself, because it's kind of hard to tell which one is which. Well, that might just be a matter of... It's interesting that this shows a price still, even though it's on cooldown. Maybe do we have to pay this every time we use it? Huh. I mean, it's definitely worth using. Ooh, hello. Like, we have meteors falling now. I like that the events are still new, even though I've been playing for well over an hour at this point. Not too repetitive from that perspective. I mean, my runners are definitely not enjoying this. How much are we actually getting per load now? Let's see. I mean, it was like 100-ish, probably a little bit more. Kind of really depends on what they are getting, though. So we are 11 levels in now. I think I'm just gonna go in prestige. I mean, it doesn't feel like we're slowing down that much. Okay, let's wait for this level because we're halfway in it already. And it's interesting to see because we need to do what? 4,000 damage. We're doing like almost that per minute. It takes a minute to get through, I suppose. The demo dwarfs by far are doing the most damage at the moment. That's kind of interesting still, especially considering how much I can still upgrade these guys. I mean, upgrading their damage, upgrading them even further. I mean, I spent a fair few amount of money upgrading them. I mean, I guess I could also increase the normal ones by quite a bit. I mean, this feels really expensive for what you're getting, though. When a pickaxe hits the mountain, it has 8% chance to bounce back like a boomerang and hit the mountain again. This can theoretically happen forever. Okay, let's do this. So there's a 10% chance by picking this up that it will just go back. Those calamities are kind of fun, though. The interesting thing is, this isn't actually necessarily a bad thing. I mean, of course it disrupts my income for a moment, but it shovels everything around, and I have a feeling, there we go, that it also triggers my my artifact over here. What are you calling this? I mean, we get a 10% flat damage increase already from 700 stuns. Okay, the meteors are definitely a little bit more problematic. That's not what I want to do. I don't really want to swap the buildings. Oh man, there's so many places where you can spend your money and you can get upgrades that there's definitely a whole optimization game in here that I'm super interested in. So, let's see. Okay, I said we were going to prestige after this, so let's actually do that. Hold to prestige. Okay, spend all your available and then click begin game. You won't be able to spend these points outside of this screen. Okay, so that's good to know. The point cost of each upgrade is equal to its tier. Okay. Equal to its tier. So this all costs 1, this will all cost 2, etc. I won't be able to take this because we are still at level 1. We only have 11 points. You start the game with... So let's see. I don't want to have any clicking upgrades and slapping upgrades because I haven't really been doing that. It might be problematic. I do think getting mithril upgrades is interesting. Let's just spend 1 point first. For every 4 housing builds, you get +2 dwarves. I think that's pretty strong. I also think getting this more dwarves is just more damage, so that makes sense. The first 3 or the first demo dwarfs you cost by demo dwarfs cost 0 gold. Well, considering they were the majority of my damage, I think we're just gonna max this out straight away. When there are over 350 uncollected ores, maybe start the game with dwarves, maybe start the game with +500 gold for each prestige tier unlocked. I mean, right now that's just 500, so that's a significant upgrade though. Let's just get that. Start the game with 2 of 3, 4 mithril, 1 artifact, and some runners. Let's max this one out. I mean, this doesn't feel super worth it. I don't know, it might be stronger than I think. This one is just fun. I want my artifacts. Yeah, no clicking. 1 runner, then it's probably better to just get some dwarfs. Now let's max that out as well. I mean, this way we've maxed out everything that we picked. Okay, so every point spent, yes, begin game. There we go. What's this? Restless Talisman. Oh, that's the thing we're gonna get. Okay, so we have some dwarves. So let's make sure we get a bunch of miners. We also want to get the underground housing going. Probably a fair amount of them. Let's give them some speed. Let's upgrade the carrying capacity straight away. Let's give them the chance to upgrade. Sure, let's get that as well. How many do I have now? Like 5? I think that's fine, and they're pretty expensive, so let's get some more miners. Can I already get a demolition check? Yes, I maybe should have waited a little second on that. Okay, so what do we get? Oh, so we get that minus 25% resting time. Okay, that's great. Let's close that. We need to do more damage, and I might have underestimated a little bit. Well, actually, no, because these are pretty expensive. I think we just need to save up a moment for the demolition check, because we will be getting those free demolition dwarfs. We have dwarfs available still, so yeah. Can we speed this up by just mining manually? Yeah, we can. There's probably a way to speed this up a little bit. What we really need, to be honest, is... I can just hold this, by the way. I don't have to spam click it. Did I just crit with clicking? That's interesting. We really need one of those enemies to spawn, basically, because that's where the real money is. Just clicking the wall isn't giving me the biggest bang for my buck, literally. Ooh. That rock just missed that dwarf. It's kind of a zen moment after all the chaos that just happened a second ago. Oh, there we go. There we go. Kill the den. Gonna be interesting to see how long it takes for us to kind of reset this again. So there was a gem in there. Kind of cool. Let me know in the comments. Is there an obvious way I should be doing this differently in order to speed this up? Didn't the initial dens that spawned before have less HP than this one does? I might just be misremembering that. It's definitely more effective if my dwarves hit it though, compared to me trying to click this at minus 75% damage. That's okay. Once this first den opens, I think we're good to go. There we go. That's a lot of valuable stuff. Deep pearl. Let's get that deep pearl to the front. Here, guys, go pick this up. There we go. Here, have it. Have valuable stuff. It's actually a downside now that they have high carrying capacity because he's intent of filling up before going back. I mean, which makes sense from a certain perspective, but it's not really what I want to see right now. I also have a feeling that once I get my demo dwarves up and running, things will speed up quite a bit. How much gold did we need? Was it 350? Yeah, okay. So once this guy gets back, we should be able to afford it. Let's hope my miner doesn't get stunned. My runner, I should say. Okay, there we go. So, let's pick up the demolition shack. Let's put it right on top here. Let's get a whole bunch of dwarfs. That's good. You're throwing your dynamite already, and there we go. That's a mountain destroyed. We can get, every time you consume a mountain, you have a 12% chance to get an additional. Okay, that is very strong. I mean, that's permanent. A mysterious key, clear in magical nature, but with no obvious ability. This feels like picking between the money and the carton box where, you know, there could be money in the box. I don't know, what's this one? Whenever a runner dodges a falling rock, he gets +1 proceed permanently up to a maximum of 30%. Actually, that's kind of cool. But yeah, I think this is the obvious pick over here, although I really want to know what the key does. But next time we see it, we will pick that one up for sure. Okay, so let's buy some more housing. It's more dwarves. Then all of these dwarves are free. Okay, now the next one is super expensive. Okay, we got that one in. Now let's start upgrading our dwarves a little bit. Okay, I was actually considering doing a time skip here, but I just realized that after 20 seconds or so, we had a fair amount of money already. And you guys like to see as much as possible, usually. So let's start using our wind bomb again. Ooh. That didn't help. Okay. We already got our next prestige point in, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, let's keep upgrading our demo dwarves because they seem to be pretty much what we want. So 4% throwing result and explosion chance. Okay. Actually, that upgrades my wind bomb as well. So cooldown reduction. Ooh. I should probably watch a little bit better what I'm clicking because the cost goes up very quickly. Let's also get some of the basic upgrades maybe for these guys. It's kind of tempting to think you're further ahead than you are. But yeah, I mean, we did start over. And we did get a significant boost, so we could get further in the next run. But it's easy to underestimate how long it took the first time to get somewhere. I mean, even though it was just like an hour of gameplay. That's a lot of stuff though. That's actually not reaching as far as I would like it to. I actually moved things further away now. So let's get the mithril, let's get the diamonds out, let's get the oak gold, whatever that is. I mean, the valuable stuff is pretty much already in the front now. Huge pure gold, that sounds really good. And we got another one, okay, nice. Giant marble elven food. Kinkiest of kings for a dwarf. 12% speed, okay. That's that one. 10% dodge for our runners, or ballistas and turrets get a +10 flat accuracy. Let's go with the dodge. Either oh, that's actually kind of nice that it's almost. Can I just deliver it myself? Not sure. Oh, then this one will pick it up. There you go. Okay. Thank you. And that's a lot more valuable stuff as well. So let's see, we have quite a bit of money now. Let's unlock some of the other buildings. Remind me, which one were the best? I think the Flameworks was pretty nice to have. So yeah, let's just stack them up. I still think it makes sense to just stack everything up. I can't really see a reason why you shouldn't do that. Let's get a couple of flamers. Let's give them some basic upgrades. Not sure this is what I want to spend my mithril on though. Definitely need some upgrades here as well. Okay, let's keep it there for a moment. What does the other stuff cost? So the ballistics workshop costs 600. Can we keep forgetting? It's B. Okay, so B is the hotkey I want in order to throw my wind bomb and then boom. I think this is generally worth using on cooldown. The goblin den is going to get destroyed pretty quickly. We are already back up to 2 additional prestige points, and that means next time I can prestige, I will be able to pick some of the level 2 ones. But I need to spend 1 more here, and then I need to spend 2 per level of these. So we definitely, I can actually check out what this does. That's interesting that they keep that secret. But yeah, we have a mountain soul. Let's get some low-level cheap upgrades. I think it always makes sense to, you know, pick those cheap upgrades whenever you can, kind of regardless. Oh, and it's worth keeping in mind that you need them to unlock the next ones. So let's increase those. Then let's Demo Dwarfs deal additional damage against dens. Yeah, so I don't have the money for that just yet, but I will in a second. And then we go here. So guys, how's your day going? Let me know in the comments what you think of this game. I am having a lot of fun, as you might have noticed. I actually think this is really nicely designed. It feels like there's a lot of loot on the ground that's interesting. There's a lot of mechanics going on that you can kind of choose between. At the same time, it's a little bit overwhelming, but I'd prefer a game that has a few more options, that you feel that you can actually pick choices rather than just clicking your way through the game. But there's definitely quite a few choices in here. Ooh, that's a very large rock, but you dodge that quite masterfully. Let's help them out a little bit. Boom. Okay. Which building was it that gave me the targeting thing? It was the ballistas, right? So I need some of you guys to get in here. Now, I do need a few more of you, I think. Let's give them some basic upgrades. Let's give you some luck as well. Okay. But I need some more runners. So I still have pretty cheap housing. I also need to spend money to transform them into runners, though. We might actually, the next time we upgrade, we might want to get some of those runners to begin with as well. That seems like a pretty solid investment. So that's 1 more. And let's see. The fact that my wind bomb also gets upgraded makes it a little hard to estimate how far it's gonna fly, though. Harpoon ballistas get plus 20% damage, so this is a tier 3 one. Runners get plus 35 luck, but minus 12% speed. So what does luck on a runner do? I think it was when they pick up an ore, they have a chance to transform it into something more valuable, right? Okay. And then this is 1 to 3 scientists or dwarves if you don't have a grand laboratory. Let's go with the ballistas. We were about to get them anyway. That's very nice that they dropped it all the way here. Let's fire that a little higher this time around. Yeah, that sounds about right. Boom. Let's improve the carrying capacity. Let's improve the speed. And then once you guys get here, let's buy some more of you. I have plenty of dwarves actually to go, so that's kind of nice. I kind of like the balancing here. So you want to do as much damage as you can, because obviously that's going to give you more stuff, but that stuff isn't actually going to do you any good if it's still on the floor. So yeah, it's a nice little sub-optimizing game going on there because of all of that. Oh, that is going to be better than I thought. Boom. Actually, the stuff that gets thrown in here and passes this thing is instantly delivered. That is kind of cool. Golden Geyser. Okay, so gold is now literally just falling from the air. That's another level done. What level was it that we ended on last time? I actually forgot. 14? 17? Something like that, right? So we're actually making good progress. Ouch. Okay. Kind of annoying, but okay. We now have enough money to get the ballistics workshop. Let's just put it here, and let's get a couple of them. Let's level them up with some of the basic stuff. Flaming bolt sounds nice, but it's a bit expensive for the moment. Oh, here you can actually see what you need to do to unlock this. So we need 3 of them. I assume these are the ballista guys. Are these the ballista guys? Yeah, probably. Let's find that out now, actually. So let's get some more dwarves. Let's wait a moment for us to get some more gold. What's this? Oh, that's kind of annoying. Pretty effective from the perspective of the defense for the mountain, but if you're laying there anyway, I might as well just stun you once more. Watermelon tourmaline. There's so much value on the floor. So actually, I don't know. Can we see how much stuff is currently on the floor? I don't think so, right? That's a bit of a shame. So the reason I'm asking is, if I could see that, then that would tell me whether or not that 350 things on the floor thing is actually something nice. Ah, wait, hold on. So what I would really like is if they could see, like, what was your personal best, so we can see if we were making progress compared to before. Anyway, let's do this once more. Boom! Not that effective, actually. Could have been more effective. So we were trying to get some more of these guys up and running anyway. Insatiable Guzzler was the thing that helped it kind of suck in stuff by itself. We need more money for that, though. And that wasn't it. Death Mark? Do we have it? Did I pick that up yet? No, we needed 3 for those, but that means we need more dwarves. Yeah, balancing, balancing, balancing. So, let's be patient for a second. Let's just gather some money. This will help speed things up a little bit, at least. There we go. Okay, so... Not sure what it is about this game, by the way. That's kind of messing with my recording software. So, we need 1 level of those. Then we need 600 gold in order to get another ballista, and then we should be able to get this. That's the idea, right? So we can test that out if that works. Oh, hold on. I actually have money already. Okay. So it's not this one, but that means it's probably the scientists. Either way, we have another one of these. All dwarves deal plus 20% damage against deaths. Nice, but not super. A Chaos Orb. Collect 0 to 3,000 gold. Some mithril PP. Spawn some dens and trigger 0 to 3 calamities. Okay. That's actually not that bad. And Ancient Energy Idol. Passive. Laser cannons deal 20% additional damage. Let's go for the Chaos Orb. I think this one is going to be just fine. But we do need to actually collect that thing. So let's see if we can knock it a little closer. I mean, that's not bad. Okay. So let's see if we can optimize you guys a little bit. Let's make you move faster. Let's make you dodge more. Let's upgrade this thing itself. We can probably upgrade it twice. The second level is going to increase the force and radius of the suction. There we go. So I'm not actually sure what this does. Is it just the fact that that the gold moves in faster? I mean, it feels like that. But is that worth the investment? I'm not entirely sure. Gem Frenzy. Okay, so let's get that. This is probably worth it, right? So upgrading the chance to get a random gem. That said, I should probably get the laboratory. It would have been nice if it actually told me how much I got. I'm pretty sure we got several points of prestige though, so that's kind of nice. So let's get the laboratory. Let's just put the laboratory under here as well. I mean, moving everything up seems like a pretty good thing, to be fair. Let's see. Scientist. I want a couple of those, but that means I need more housing, so let's see. Let's get 3 scientists, and if I now go here, yes, I can get death mark, and that means I can mark, for example, this one for death, and that means all my ballistas will start firing at it. We'll get extra stuff. Now that's good. Let's get a laser cannon and some upgrades for it. Something like that, maybe? That's pretty decent, I think. So yeah, so you can see what you need for those upgrades. So we need the Great Forge for this one. We need 7 miners for this. So let's get that next, I guess. Though we don't know what it is. Interesting. We also have the Great Forge over here. Those are the people that spend things on mithril, or that you can spend your mithril on, I should say. Interesting. So interesting. There we go. Wind bomb fired. Boom. I need way more collectors. So I am going to stop getting distracted for a moment and make sure I do whatever I can to upgrade this even further. Tier 3 makes the slurper so powerful it pulls in even ores laying on the ground. I probably want this, but in a second. Upgrading the carrying capacity is a very straightforward way of just increasing this amount of stuff I have incoming. Yeah, so let me do a little time skip of me getting a lot of these upgrades and then see where we are. Okay, nothing too fancy, not a very long time skip, but I did increase the carrying capacity a little bit. I got some more runners, and that should take care of the basics, I think, for the moment. We might want to get them a little bit of additional luck. I mean, they are picking up quite a bit of that stuff still, so let's make sure we mark this den for destruction. For additional stuff, let's make sure we keep working on maybe getting this going a little bit. Actually, that might be a reason to upgrade this though. Is that worth it? I mean, it increases my clicking, but it doesn't increase the force of the clicking. I think there was an upgrade somewhere else that did that though. Okay, we have a Mystic Boomerang, passive. Pickerang pickaxes get a +10 stacking damage on each bounce. That's actually pretty nice. Do I have the Pickerang thing? No, because I barely upgraded these guys. Huh. I mean, my demo dwarfs are doing a lot of damage, and my ballistas are actually doing quite a bit of damage now as well. Now I invested more in them. Makes sense, but still. So we can upgrade the boomerangs. We can also just upgrade our runners. That's kind of nice. Or we can have everyone do additional damage to dens. Let's actually go with the carrying capacity. That's just going to apply to all of these guys, and that's never a bad thing. I kind of like upgrades that are just generally useful. There we go. That speeds things up as well. Now, where am I? Let's just pick up the Great Forge, because I actually haven't done so at all. Oh, I can't actually place that under here. Is that the limit? Interesting. Let's put that here. We will get a free mithril. Let's get a couple of you guys. Let's not get too many, because they don't do anything by themselves, I don't think, if I remember correctly. Okay, there we go. We got the carrying capacity in. Yeah, so we do get bonuses per runesmith, but this all seems a little bit underwhelming, to be honest. I will unlock this one. And maybe also the next one. Ooh, what's this? Forge Artifact. Forge is a powerful artifact. Each use has a 67% chance, nice, of creating one of 5 unique tier 5 artifacts. The remaining 33 chance forms a random 3 or 4. Okay. Well, this is really expensive, but I'm definitely going to try this. Warhammer of Reckoning, tier 5. Passive. Whenever you consume a mountain, all dwarves gain plus 2% damage permanently. Does that work retroactively? I don't think so. I don't know, actually, but I assume not. But still, that's a pretty hefty upgrade, especially late game, I suppose. And if I want to do this again... Yeah, so you can only do that every, but is it 5 minutes or so? It is really expensive, though, still. But, okay. Okay, we did unlock some more stuff. The artillery hall is the Duke cannons. Yeah, let's get those as well. I can't place them here. That's actually interesting. So, what was the swapping thing? Was that G? Yes. So if I swap these guys around like so. Now my artillery hall is here. First one is free. So the artillery was actually pretty good if I remember correctly. Shoots a massive rocket out of the artillery hall, which must be guided by your cursor. The rocket destroys all falling rocks in its path, but takes damage in the process. After 10 seconds of flight or hitting the mountain, it explodes. Upon explosion, it deals damage to everything in a radius equal to 5,000 plus something. Each tier of nuclear recharge upgrades. Okay. I don't know if this is good, but we're gonna try it out. So. Oh, okay. Look at my rocket. There we go. And boom. Did quite a bit of damage though. Not sure if that is worth it. Because I do need to spend mithril on it. It's also worth trying out what it does. So let's upgrade our Duke cannons a little bit. Okay. That works. Now let's go back to our very basic miners over here. We can give them the mithril pickaxes as soon as we get some more mithril in, because I just spent all of it. Whoops. And that would get them that. And then what we need in order to get those... I think this was the boomerang, right? We need 7 of them. But in order to get more of them, we need to get one of those. We got 4 out of that. Let's pick one. Offering to the Great Mother. Oh, this is the luck one. This is the Gemcrafted Academy. Where was the mithril pickaxes? We need this in order to get that. Was this the boomerang? We should probably start writing this down and remembering this. This is a very cheap upgrade to get, so at least let's pick that one up. But yeah, I need some more mithril in order to get that, and then maybe we can get another interesting upgrade. I think it's worth kind of upgrading these guys a little bit further though. In the meanwhile, let's def mark this one. Let's help our runners out a little bit by moving stuff further to the front. Which is easier said than done. Yeah, it might actually be worth to just spend some time manually moving some of this stuff. It's really tedious though. Is there mithril in here? Probably. A little hard to tell. I mean, this is kind of where the rocket would come in, right? Because if I aim it like in the middle over here, this probably destroys all of those. I'm not gonna do that, don't worry. But yeah, it is something to consider. So let's get the mithril pickaxes. There we go. And then we have the pickerang over here. And that is going to require another 2 mithril. Meanwhile, let's check back in with our demo dwarfs. The big bad bomb. Demo dwarfs have a 4% chance to throw a heavy large metal bomb instead of a dynamite stick. With 50% additional damage, 8 force, 35% radius. Okay, that's kind of cool. And this is just a crit chance, which is fair by itself. Total demolition. Extra damage against pretty much everything. Okay. Okay. All of this is pretty good. It's interesting that they do clear out the stuff I put to the front very quickly. So it feels like we're not picking up everything because we keep having a large stack of gold over here. But that's actually not true. It just looks like that because they're picking up new stuff while we're also getting new stuff. We have another 9 prestige points already. But we're still clearing these mountains pretty quickly. We're level 15 now. We are still at like 50 ores per minute. It feels like we were higher in the last run, although that might just be because everyone just got stunned, because you can see this shooting up now. Okay. It's kind of annoying that the mithril gets stuck in here though. Let's do another death mark. Let's see if we can get that mithril a little bit to the front. There we go. I mean, it's not like we're not getting mithril, we're just not picking it up. Which I guess kind of comes down to the same thing, but... Okay, so we have several mithril coming in now, and we have this marked for death, so that will spawn hopefully some more as well. Okay, let me go through this for a moment. So we can upgrade our Ravenous Gaze, but this just increases the damage. So, hold on, I actually misclicked there. This does a fair amount of stuff. So we can do the Divine Pickaxe. Whenever a miner throws the pickaxe, it has a 3% chance to transform into a golden pickaxe blessed by divine light with a 30% flat crit damage. Okay. Miners get plus 10% damage. Let's go with the boomerang. I realize, guys, that I keep getting distracted, but now we can actually pick up those boomerangs as well. There we go. So now we have an 8%, so almost 10% chance of the boomerangs kind of going back on themselves. And we also picked up... Did I pick up that artifact that increased that chance? I actually don't know which one I clicked. No, I actually... Did I pick up the other one? Apparently I did. Okay, that's okay. Oh, it might actually still be in here. Anyway, I kind of like the boomerang. So let's see if we can kind of boost their damage, because they... Well, the demo dwarfs are clearly still a lot better. So this might be just investing in the wrong thing. There we go. Okay, yeah. So we get an additional stack. So we are kind of like doubling down on this. Slayer. Dance attack runners and shields the mountain from protectors, but they drop loot. Dance attack runners and shield the mountain from projectiles. Oh, okay, so I thought this was what the ability did, so I was kind of wondering why I would pick this. But no, the ability itself is miners deal 20% damage against dents, which is not super useful, but, you know, we might as well pick that up because they are hitting the thing quite often. And if we get another mithril, we can actually get the upgrade to the pickerang. I think that will boost their damage significantly, so I'm actually going to see if I invest in these guys a little bit more. Not to the point where we're spending thousands, but just picking a couple of levels here and there. Let's see if we can get their damage up quite a bit. I mean, you can already see they're now the second highest. Let's do a death mark on that one. Let's help out our runners a little bit again. There we go. That helps. Let's get maybe a couple of anti-rock turrets as well. I mean, there's a couple of very cheap upgrades that I haven't gotten here actually. Some of them do cost mithril, and that's a very limited resource, so that's worth keeping in mind. Multi-shots. That's kind of cool. But yeah, let's pick up this. And then we just have a single one for the moment, but we can very easily get some more. And then we can upgrade that. Oh, the piñata thing. That's kind of cool. Not sure how good it is, but it is kind of cool. Can I mark yet? No. Can I do the wind bomb? No. That's a shame. I do think we're doing a fair amount of damage. I mean, look, we are doing 3,000 damage, and I think we're around the same level that we prestiged last time, maybe even gotten in further already. Can I check how long this run has taken so far? So level 16 was half an hour, so we're definitely getting a better time as well. We can very likely improve on that quite a bit, to be fair. Once we kind of figure out what the optimal way is to pick our abilities. I want more of everything. I really like how the game is not allowing you to just pick whatever you want, and you are being forced to you know, be kind of thoughtful about what you pick and what order. While at the same time, I never have to wait too long before I can do stuff again. Which is always kind of interesting with, or kind of vital, I would say, with these games. Because if you do have to wait too long, it's just not fun. So we had that item, right? That would give us a chance on additional... Which one was it? This one. I wish it would tell me how much I actually got out of this. I mean, it's a 12% chance, so there's a good chance that I didn't get any additional prestige points out of that. But we simply don't know. Which is a shame. I would like to know. Boom. I do like the chaos that slowly increases as you get further into the game. Okay. Look at how much stuff this guy is carrying, guys. That by itself is like several hundreds of gold coming in. We have quite a bit of mithril to spend, actually. Let's go to our runesmiths. Ha. So this raises the question, how good is it to do all of this? Am I gonna get another artifact? Yes, I am. Is that worth it? Maybe not. We got the Dial of Destiny, level 5. Collect 5 points. Okay then, 1 soul. Oh, that's one of those. And 10 mithril. So we just got 5 of those for free, which is massive. And we require this to access the Great World Spire, which is interesting as well. I don't know what that means, but okay. But more importantly, 1 soul and 10 mithril means that I can just do this again. I mean, we still need the gold, of course, but... I mean, I need to wait for 200 more seconds, but then I can just do this again. Okay. You convinced me to keep playing this run for a little longer. How are you? Oh, look, they actually almost caught up with the demo dudes. They just passed them. Interesting. There's quite a few relatively small upgrades that I can still get. So it might actually be worth kind of focusing on my demo dwarfs and these guys for a moment at the beginning of a run to speed things up. The guys themselves are pretty expensive at this point, though. It doesn't tell me what I need in order to unlock this, though. Which is kind of weird. Days since last accident 0. Okay. It also doesn't tell me what I need in order to unlock these buildings. I mean, maybe just more housing? I don't know. No one knows. Maybe just more scientists? Superheated gem harvester. Laser cannons get a 4% chance on damage to drop random bonus gems. I mean, sure. Oh, just need a little bit more gold. There we go. Now we have this. So much things we haven't done yet, but I also have 16 prestige points. So I think we are getting to the point where it makes sense to kind of start over again. There we go. Boom. Let's get as much value in as we can. I do want to pick up this forge artifact, so let's see how we're doing. So the damage per minute is 3.5, so this will take us about 4 minutes to get to another level. Oh, my poor dwarves. Okay, let's mark that if we can. No, we cannot yet. Let's go back to my demo dwarves then. Should I be getting more of you? Maybe. Let's get a big bad ball. Oh, we have so much mithril actually. Holy moly. Let's get that in as well. So additional crit chance. Okay. Okay. This makes me think this is like a super awesome ability. It might not be though. It's actually worth kind of going through here because if there's some really cheap upgrades that you can get, like, you know, you might as well pick those up. Fire fields get an additional damage per stack. This makes them stack up further. Searing wounds. Infernal Symphony. I'm not going to get that because I want to spend my last thingy on the Forge artifact just to check that out. And there we go. Boom. Let's mark you for death. Can we? Can we? No. Okay. Mental preparation for the fact that once we prestige again, things are gonna feel super slow at first. How is our runesmith doing? Okay, let's forge another artifact. Oh, I need some more gold for that, actually. Okay. It shouldn't take too long. Well, depending on what they pick up. Let's make sure that the more valuable stuff is at the front. There we go. Have some diamonds. Let's do some manual moving. Boom. Let's put an emerald to the front. Another emerald over here. Okay. So that should be enough, right? So let's death mark you. And then let's forge another artifact. Another tier 5 one. Okay, this is how the pyramids were built. Underground housing costs 20% less gold. I mean, that's pretty good actually. Because this cost goes up really quickly. I should probably be spending more of my money on this, although, I mean, you do need quite a bit of a chunk of money to get more dwarves. The scientists are pretty cheap though still, and the runesmiths definitely are very cheap. They don't do that much by themselves though, unless you get these upgrades as well. But if you get like 5 of them and you get all of these upgrades, I mean, then it starts to add up. So this is again a balancing thing. If you get a couple of these guys going and you get a couple of these upgrades, there's kind of an exponential effect going in there. It's not really exponential, it's more like quadratic, because, you know, it's the amount of smiths multiplied by the amount of upgrades, but still. Let's get level 18 done. Then our progress is officially an adult, and then we can do another prestige, because I think it's time to start spending the 16 points we have. We had 11 in the first run, so that's more than doubling the prestige points. Makes sense, I think, to do exactly that. Is there anything we should be getting before I do that? I don't know. I don't think so. Let's get some more upgrades here. Flaming Bolt sounds nice. We cannot actually get this. falling pinatas. It's kind of a shame. I haven't actually seen it happen, and you might have caught it. There's so much going on the screen, it's hard to tell. Okay, passive. Every 5 to 7 minutes you gain a bunch of gold, and then an additional percentage of your total gold, which is probably not going to be that much because I'm spending most of it, but okay. When a den is destroyed, there's a 12% chance to spawn another den or mithril vein. Okay. Oh, this is actually going to give us like a straight up gold and some prestige points, so we're definitely going to want that. And let's make sure it's on the front. There we go. Someone pick that up, please. I'm gonna wait for that to be collected before we prestige, because, you know, that's just 2 free points. There we go. Okay. Can I don't have another soul. We get that every 4th mountain. That would allow me to craft another thing, but yeah, I think it's time to start prestiging. So, halter prestige, there we go. This is gonna mentally hurt a bit. There we go. What do we want to get? So again, the slapping and the clicking. Oh, this is the force increase. So this will help me move around stuff, but yeah. The first miners don't cost anything. Yeah, this might actually be better than I think it is. We will have 30 points spent. So this is going to give me 300 gold or 600 gold, depending on how many levels of this I pick. Start the game with some mithril, which is kind of nice to start things out. Start the game with runners. Let's just pick one runner to begin with and then check out. Oh, these are so many upgrades. Whenever you collect an artifact, you gain a bunch of gold. Okay. Every time you consume a mountain, you have a chance to get addition. I think we kind of have to pick this because this is going to pay off in the long run. Very hard. But let's check out everything else first. I'm actually going to get one level so we can kind of mark the ones we think are very good. We have, remember, these all cost 2 each, so we do need to take that into account. But this only has to trigger twice for me to get back those 2 points, and then everything else will just be a pure bonus. Of course, getting the full 20% is going to take a while. Anyway, whenever a calamity triggers, all dwarves get a cooldown reduction. Okay. Whenever a calamity triggers, runners get a speed increase. Cyber Dwarf unlocks a Cyber Dwarf upgrade in the Grand Laboratory. Requires an entourage of scientists to unlock. That's interesting. Okay. Not sure what to think of this, but I might just pick this because it's interesting. Powder Keg. Demo Dwarves get additional damage and force. This could be really good. Dens have an addition. Oh, they have a chance to drop an artifact? Okay, I'm gonna get at least one level of that. We are destroying quite a few dens, actually. So just a 4% chance, or up to 8, is really significant. This feels like an obvious one to get. Okay, fire field duration is extended. Yeah. Flamers don't cost as much. When you build the forge, it comes with some runesmith. Nice, okay. The first one, the first 1, 2, 3 dens you destroy are guaranteed to drop 1 artifact. Sure, let's get at least 1 level of that. That basically just means I start, well, not start every run with an artifact, but we'll get a couple of those really quick. The first additional ballista you cost 0 gold. Okay, whenever a miner throws a pickaxe, it has a 2% chance to transform into a golden pickaxe. But wasn't this also one of the artifacts that gave us something like this? Some free scientists. Miners get additional damage and luck, which might not be the worst thing, considering how much damage they were doing before. Okay, let's get a level of that as well. Unlock the powder hole upgrade in the demolition shack. Requires a few scientists to unlock. Unlocks the Stardust Calamity powder for demo dwarves and seismic revelations for all dwarves. I don't know what this does, but this just sounds interesting. So, and the demo dwarves are pretty awesome to begin with, so let's take that. Unlock the ritual power upgrade in the Great Forge. Whispers of Flame and Stone from caverns below. This unlocks rituals and each tier further buffs. Okay, not sure about this one. Sounds potentially good, but Falling rocks have a higher chance to contain ore, doubled when destroyed by a turret. Whenever a dynamite or wind bomb explosion hits a runner, even on a dodge, there's a 60 or 100% chance to bestow a magical force field that shields them from falling rocks for 15 to 30 seconds. I'm not hitting my own runners that often, I don't think, so... Oh, runners get additional carrying capacity. Just a flat upgrade, that's decent. Runners get stun resistance and dodge chance. Runners get additional speed, reduced by 5% for each runner you have, up to a minimum of 15%. That's interesting. I mean, just having like 7 runners will reduce it to the minimum then, right? But still. This kind of speeds up the early game, I suppose. You get +1 scientist for every 61 or 55 calamities you trigger. 3 scientists still scale the gold cost. Yeah, but you get them for free, so... Anyway, whenever you spend a soul, gain +1 dwarf. We spend 1 soul every 4 mountains, so I think this is something we want to pick up maybe a little bit later. Because we were just spending like 4 or 5 souls last run, I think, something along those lines. But this seems pretty good in the long run, though. Start the game with 1 soul. Not sure how good that is, but something to keep in mind maybe for the next run. The first 1 or 2 anti-rock turrets you buy cost 0 gold. Additional anti-rock turrets get a 55%, a 75% turning speed, and a additional accuracy. Okay. Okay. I think that I'm gonna spend the last points on just optimizing the chance to get additional points. Because, like I said, you want to get this as early as possible and then just benefit from it. And I also think that, this is probably just insanely good. This feels really good. I wish I had like 2 more points to spend. Although I don't... Can I get these points back? Nope. I figured as much. This is why I was careful not spending them too willy-nilly. But yeah, I think the next 2 points are going to go in here. And then honestly, it might be worth kind of going back and buying a couple of these upgrades as well. I don't think these are bad. I just think upgrades like this you want to get as soon as possible. Okay, so begin the game. We get an artifact already. We got a free runner already. Okay, so let's buy at least 3 of these. We also want the demolition shack. Let's put that up here. Let's buy like a handful of you, at least until they cost money. Let's go with that. Oh, I actually run out of dwarves. There we go. Oh, this actually costs nothing, so... Okay. Okay. Demo dwarves, where are you? Here. You were all free. And we got all dwarves have a +10 gem luck. Slightly increases the chance of an extraterrestrial encounter. Okay. Not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens. Interesting. We also want runners. I'm out of dwarves again. Let's be careful on how we spend our money. There we go. We definitely want to increase the carrying capacity. Let's stay there for a moment. Let's get them the upgrade chance. Let's not get this just yet. Sacrifice to the Great Maw. Yeah, I think we do want that. All the additional luck. Look, there's another thingy already. It's gonna hit you, right? Yeah. Can I get it in myself? Nope. We'll just have to wait. I think this one spawned from one of the camps, right? Not sure that's the case. So let me see what that one was. Yeah, so we just got this one for free. That's a tier 2 one. Bulldozers gain plus 33% size and plus 5 carrying. I don't know what bulldozers are. Anyway, we just got that. Okay. It's random, of course, so you might get stuff that you are not necessarily interested in, but you know, free stuff is free. Runners get plus 10 speed, that's always good. Demo dwarves have big bad bombs. Have plus 2% to trigger, and its first tier costs 100% less golden mithril to buy. Additionally, wind bomb gets plus... Okay, that's actually not bad. But yeah, a +2 on my runners seems to be an obvious thing to get. Let's make sure... Oh, this thing is so heavy I can't actually move it. Anyway, it'll get picked up pretty soon. Let's see, we can destroy this one. Remember, every single one of these that we now destroy has a 6% chance to just have an artifact in there. Honestly, it feels almost too good. Probably isn't, but it feels good. Let's upgrade our demo dwarfs a little bit. There we go. That's additional carrying capacity. Very nice. Yeah, we are progressing nicely, I think. There we go. Okay. Where do we... I'm doing so much damage. Look, a golden crane. Someone pick that up, please. Is there any other artifacts in here that I'm not seeing? I don't know. That's level 2 completed. Runners get a plus 10% dodge chance. Yeah, all of these free artifacts are going to make this run a lot better than the previous one. Okay, so let's see. Let's get some more stuff going. We do need to be careful though, because we again don't need to. We don't want to assume we have more damage than we do. Especially these dudes. Okay, let's start upgrading them a little bit, because we know they can do a lot of damage, but we first need to make sure we upgrade them. Same goes for these guys. I did upgrade them a little bit already. We have a fair few of them, so they are very expensive to get now. We do have the wind bomb, so that is really nice. Number 7 was going to unlock that ability, so we just need a few hundred more gold in order to do that. There we go. Offering to the Great Mother, that's going to get us some additional luck. But we need that in order to unlock this one. And oh, okay, we just got another thing, a mithril egg. Some mithril and some points. Very nice. So we have 4 of these points already. I mean, I'm kind of inclined to just start over already. And get this level up. That might be a little bit overkill though. So let's see, what do we get here? Oxlung Lake, I actually don't know what this is, so let's not get this one yet, because we don't have that available yet. When a den is destroyed, there's a 12% chance to spawn another den. Well, that's going to give us even more artifacts. What does this one do? Yeah, that's the upgrade to the big bad bomb that we had before. But let's just spawn as many of those dens as we can to get as much stuff as possible. There we just got that in. Nice. Okay, and apparently we got another artifact already. All dwarves deal plus 20% damage against dents. Guys, I think we are doing a pretty decent job in optimizing our prestige level there. There we go. Okay, that's gonna throw some of my dwarves to the moon and also get me a lot of upgrades. We have 8 mithril already. That means I should probably get my lab up and running soonish. But let's make sure we also focus on getting some new buildings up and running. Let's get some free flamers. That's at least 2 of them. Let's upgrade them a little bit as well. We just completed level 4. Only level 4. So remember, we have 6 points already. And we are only at level 5 now. That is definitely something. Okay. Let's push stuff a little bit. I also kind of want to get the ballistas up and running. That will take 600 gold, but that will allow me to target these things for extra stuff, extra loot. All the loot. We want all the loot, obviously. I should probably get some more dwarves. That's 7 of them. I don't think we necessarily need to upgrade our runners for the moment. So let's see. Oh, these guys are all really expensive though. get some upgrades here. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna wait for a second to get either the lab or the ballistics. Not sure what makes the most sense. Probably the ballistics first, though. Let's throw another bomb. That's level 5 completed. Seven minutes in, and we already collected 7 new points. So, like I said, I think we're doing pretty decently. I know I can slap these guys to wake them up, but it feels like it's not doing that much. I mean, hello? Hello? Wake up? Wake up? Wake up? You have to click them a lot for them to wake up. Although I'm not sure if I'm actually hitting them or not. I might just be hitting the gold. But yeah, now this one woke up. These ones are still on the floor. So yeah, it does speed it up. But this is more a matter of them being stunned for a very long time. Holy. I mean, honestly, the runners getting stunned might be the biggest bottleneck in my income at the moment. Which is something we can do something about. But again, we need the ballistas for that, because I think the ballistas is also where we got the turrets from, right? The turrets that kind of protect your guys. Yeah, so it's definitely the ballista that we want to get first, because that allows us to defend our guys. It just gives us extra damage. It allows us to target this stuff. 600, there we go. So let's take that. Let's put the ballistas here. Let's figure out where the ballistas are. That's one. Can probably take another one as well. Just need a little bit more gold. Okay. Again, let's mark this one for death. Let's also fire apparently one of the bombs. Didn't know I clicked that one, but sure. A massive pure gold stack. Okay, and that is a lot of stuff coming out of that one. I haven't really seen an artifact in the last couple of minutes. There could be an artifact in here, maybe. Don't see one. The oath gold is not that. It's that's just a... Okay, that's an artifact that we just got from completing a level. Passive. Whenever a runner is stunned by a falling rock, there's a tiny chance he explodes in a shower of gems and is yeeted into space. Okay. I wish it told me how big of a chance that is, but okay. This is a mysterious key, clearly magical in nature, but with no obvious ability. Collect some gold, and you're definitely not cursed. I'm gonna pick this one. Mostly because I want to know what it does. This might be one of those things where it's just a trap. It doesn't actually do anything. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. That didn't do much. I wonder if we're ever going to find out what this does. Okay, anyway. What else? We were working on ballistas, right? So we want another one of those. Oh, we need scientists to unlock the defense stuff. Let's just get a level of these, because these are all pretty cheap. Let's get the lab up and running as well. The lab can probably be in here. Then the first scientist is for free. We can get a cannon. We do need another scientist. And then over here we need dwarfs for that. So let's pick up some more dwarfs. The dwarfs are pretty cheap. Let's pick up our anti-rock turret. Let's upgrade that a little bit. Yeah, okay. So now we have a nice thing going. Actually, the ballistas, what do we need? This is scientists as well, right? So let's pick that up. And then now we have death mark available. So this is the one that allows us to mark some of those dens. So let's mark that one for death. So it's gonna spawn additional stuff. Let's throw another one of those things. Boom. It would be kind of funny. There's all kinds of artifacts kind of stuck in here that we just don't realize that we've spawned. I'm not sure funny is the correct word for that, but it's also kind of sad. Anyway, what's next? Maybe kind of going through this and picking some of the cheaper upgrades. We're doing a fair amount of damage already, considering how long this run has been going. How long has this run been going? Like only 15 minutes, and we're already at about half the damage. No, maybe a third of the damage that we were at the end of the last run. 8 points already. That's kind of nice. Remember, every time we clear a level, we have a 20% chance now to just get a point for free. And then every 1 to 3rd mountain randomly also yields 1. So this will add up pretty quickly. So there's a chance that we get... So every mountain gets us at least 1, and then we have a 20% chance to get at least an additional 1. I mean, that's pretty decent. Bomb time. Guys, I am officially addicted. We have so much mithril actually at this point that we should probably get that runesmith going as well. Let's get at least one of them. Let's get at least 2 of them. This will unlock the mithril pickaxes. Those were for those dudes. Okay, let's get the big bad bomb. That's a pretty decent upgrade. Let's get the crit chance in here. That's a very awesome upgrade. I think getting like all the first upgrades for the mithril makes sense. Yeah, the boomerang I think is definitely worth getting as well, but we need a little bit more gold for that. So let's hold on a second. Boom! Is there any artifacts in here? Feels like it's been a while since we got an artifact. Let's mark this for death. So remember, we will get free artifacts every now and then we also have a chance to spawn another one of these, and that might also get us an artifact. All in all, pretty awesome stuff. So let's do them. So actually, I was about to say we got at least 1 additional prestige point from leveling up, but we can't actually say that because there's a random chance on how much you get, because it's not a guaranteed point per mountain, because it's every 1 to 3 mountains. So I guess on average you get 1 point per 2 mountains ish, assuming that the distribution is about equal. So normally we would be expecting to be at what, 4 points after 9 mountains, and we are at 9 already. There's a distribution in there though, so it's not exactly like that. Let's fire this. This one is still on cooldown, the other one. I forgot what I was doing. The runesmiths, right? Yeah. No, that was not what I was doing. I was upgrading you guys. Do I have everything I need? Not quite, just a little bit more gold. That's a lot of gold. And we are... Oh, hold on. Let me get the pickerang before I forget. There we go. Another artifact, so we can get some gold. Nice, but not super awesome. Clicking damage gets 10 crit and a lot of luck, but we're not really clicking. Every 5 to 7 minutes you get gold and the percentage. Let's go with that one. And let's see if we can get that one to the front a bit. That was almost perfect. So you're picking that up, right? Yeah. I should probably increase my carrying capacity by quite a bit. Hold on. In general, upgrade my runners a little bit, I think, because they have not gotten any upgrades yet. There we go. So we'll get that free gold every now and then. Wait, how much was it? Well, that's a pretty hefty amount of gold. especially for a long run, but yeah. Okay, let's get them the chainmail as well. I need 10 more gold, come on. There we go. Okay, that's a huge reduction against the stun duration. Lust for gems, the massive nose. Okay, the increased gathering speed is also going to be a massive help. Maybe get a few more runners as well. Because as you can see, we have a massive amount of stuff just on the floor here. So that means that increasing our damage is not going to do much. At least not in terms of income. The calamities are really interesting. My defenses are not keeping up with them though. Let's see. Let's add another runner or two maybe. Yeah, one more. So the base gold is like really bad to pick up, right? Oh man. Level 11. Boom. Rain of Frogs. There it is again. So, remind me again. So we had an upgrade here somewhere. Did I pick that one up already? Yeah, so I think at this point this is probably 350 on the floor. This is definitely a point we should at least invest one in, because that's a flat 3% increased capacity. Anyway, let's see. So what can we do? We have a surprisingly low income at the moment. Ore per minute, like 18. I think that has something to do with all the stuff that's been blowing up in our face. I also have a feeling that there might be a whole bunch of artifacts in here that we're just not seeing because we're not collecting quickly enough. So let's get another runner. Increasing the speed, the chainmail. Can our scientists... no. Ooh, look. All dwarfs get luck per runesmith. Okay. Yeah, I think I should probably... Now I have 3 runesmiths, so every single one of these upgrades is going to be applied 3 times. Whenever Den is destroyed, all dwarfs get a stacking, crit, and luck bonus for a couple of seconds. Cooldown reduction. Fortune, so I think this is a really good one to get, so let's pick that one up. Oh, the next level is really expensive though, so that's the quadratic effect being accounted for. This is a pretty decent speed increase of 6%. Flamers and Demo Dwarfs get additional damage bonus. Let's just pick that up as well. And then Miners upgraded as well. There we go. This will get us the Forge Artifact thingy again. Maybe in a bit. Still think we should upgrade our runners a bit more. Am I too fixated on the runners? I mean, I don't think so, right? I mean, we have a lot of stuff here. Getting that stuff seems worth it. I mean, increasing our damage will increase our progress speed, so it's not a bad thing in general, but... Carrying capacity, dodge, gloves. I mean, maybe? This might actually be pretty decent now as well, because they are picking up several gems, ideally. Huh. What do you think, guys? Let me know in the comments. Let's lust for gems. So this will increase the speed for a couple of seconds. And runners get an additional speed increase for each gem they deliver as well. Interesting. Okay, let me farm this a little bit. Okay, I did a lot of upgrading, and I actually just found a random one of those artifacts again. So, Goblin's Curse Lot, so this jar is filled to the rim. That's a curse jar. Oh, you just get a random amount of gold. Just once, I guess? Okay. I just saw the random gold popping up that we get, what is it, every 5 minutes or so as well. That's kind of cool, and we get to pick another one. So let's see, we have the Holy Shizzle. Clicking damage, not really interested. Underground housing costs less gold, fine. 30% speed. Tiny chance at any point for the rockets to malfunction and send the dwarf flying. I assume this applies to the... Is this them running with their rocket boots? I don't know. I assume that applies to those things. Well, actually, it can be that because we don't actually have the artifact yet. I keep forgetting that is not how that works. Anyway, yeah, I am getting in a fair amount of money, to be honest. Let's make sure we mark something for death. Let's see if we can use our bombs to kind of speed things up. Boom. It's kind of nice that if you aim it properly, you can actually throw it right into Guzzler as well. So as long as it passes this point, it will go in. Okay, this is going to be probably one of the longest videos on the channel because I'm having way too much fun to stop, and there's no real natural point to stop. Now, what I really like about this game, by the way, is the fact that even though I haven't really passed the point yet that I did the first time around, I'm still gaining stuff. So a lot of incremental games only give you the prestige currency once you go past the previous points that you achieved. That is not how this game works, so that's kind of interesting. How are we doing on damage though? I think it makes sense. Let's see, let's just see what we have. So I got a little bit of all of these upgrades. Now these worked per runesmith, right? So maybe getting a few of you guys in is actually not the worst idea. Oh, that actually gives me a whole bunch of new spells as well. The Boon of Chad bestows grace, strength, and vigor to the most venerable runners. That's a massive increase to the carrying capacity and gathering speed. Carrying capacity is increased by +3 and gathering speed is +5 for each tier of ritual power. Okay. Each tier of ritual power. What's my tier of ritual power? I actually don't know. This is the Boon of Shielding. All runners get surrounded by a magical force field for 15 up to 30 seconds, which shields them from falling rocks. So there's J and H. So let's use J. Oh, I just triggered it by clicking it. Okay, never mind. We are almost through a level 13 already. Our damage seems a little low, to be fair. So let's see if we can increase that a bit. What's the best way to do that? I actually don't know. I do feel I'm not using enough dwarves, so let's buy a whole bunch of them. Let's get the artillery hall as well. Yeah, can afford that for sure. Let's put that here, and let's get a Great Dew cannon, or, you know, 2, why not? And that's gonna, because these cannons, if I remember correctly, did do, okay, JH, don't remember what it was still probably on cooldown. Which is a bit of a shame, to be fair, but okay. Mystical diamonds. Oh, I'll take it. Yeah, these things are already doing quite a bit of damage, and I haven't done any upgrades to them yet. So let's make sure we get some of those. Now, what do I need to do to get more of you? I guess that means that... I just need to get more of them? Is that how that works? Maybe. So if I get this, yeah. And I can start upgrading these, and then I can start upgrading this. Assuming I have gold, of course. So for some reason, these upgrades, you can see the impact of those upgrades actually, because I suddenly just cleared out the entire stack of gold almost that was laying here. Eonites, what's Eonites? Sapphire Core Heart. There's a lot of interesting gems here. Okay, what I think I will do, because it does feel that the game is slowing down a little bit, I'll end this episode here, and I'll start a new episode, and I'll continue playing the game, but with a little bit more cuts in there. So, you've gotten a very good impression now of how the game actually plays just from second to second, because there were almost no cuts in this entire playthrough so far. If you like it, I highly recommend that you go and check this game out. Remember, it's releasing probably in a couple of days as this video goes out. There's a demo, I think, as well, if you want to try it out. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. For now, if you're still here, you're awesome, and I definitely hope to catch you in the next one, where we're going to do a lot more mining.